gonna open this bad boy up. I don't have a razor blade, so just gotta do it with what I have right now. So these are significantly larger than the 3-ton. Ginormous takes up the whole box. See already how massively bigger these are, and just how they're going to sit under the MDX. We take these right here. You can see already these are going to work fairly well to lift the MDX up because they're about the height of the truck already, or the SUV, whatever you want to call it. I'll be using this for the Ridgeline as well, and then once I put in the stand portion, or the neck portion, whatever you want to call this, it should be significantly higher. So let's go ahead and get this lifted, and we'll see what the height is, or how much it can go up, and how useful it is. Alright, here we are. I just want to show how much difference there is. There's a massive difference on the... This one actually happens to be a 2-ton and not a 3-ton. I thought I had 3-ton. This one's a 6-ton. So you can see here, this one's labeled as 2. I think the other ones I have under the Bug. I think these were the 3-ton Harbor Freights. I'm not quite sure, I can't remember. But just comparing to a 2-ton Duralast, this is what I've been using. I mean, they work, and the height of this is, you know, substantially high, enough to lift the tire off of the ground, but, you know, there's just something about having the massive strength of a 6-ton lifting, you know, a really heavy vehicle like the Ridgeline or the MDX. I know that on this one I didn't end up pushing the tab in. I probably will do this after the video. For safety reasons, this should have already been pushed in so it doesn't fall over, and I will do that for these 6-ton items. I'm going to have to get something drastically stronger to hit this tab in to lock it in, which then stops these from pulling out all the way. So yeah, let's go ahead and get this assembled. One thing I didn't notice until now is this extra safety feature. This slides in to then lock this from moving at all. Plus this will stop it from falling out if it tipped over, but either way, this is pretty much probably for moving it around so it doesn't fall out upside down, and this one is more for lifting and not falling back down, and this is coming all the way through to this side. So a pretty cool feature that is not on some of the other ones that I've seen. So good on them for doing that. I hope this doesn't get in the way and end up falling off. It looks fairly durable. The chain seems a little thin, but you could always replace it with something else, even string or something, if it were to come off. And don't forget to file away your important information into somewhere you will never look again. Looks like I'm gonna have to move the MDX back a little bit since I need to lift from the front, and honestly don't think there's enough room, so I'm just gonna move the MDX back. So check this out. I have the MDX lifted by the front with the 3-ton, and look at where it's at. On the very first click up, it's right around the height that's needed to support. I feel a lot better about this, especially if I needed to lift this up even more, but this is probably the minimum. It's one click up, where the barb pin will go through. And then as far as the wheel's concerned, it's lifted up about 3 inches off the ground, and as soon as I let this down, it should auto level out and be a couple of inches off the ground. So let's see what it looks like. Alright, so now I have it lowered. It's down, and it's resting nicely on the frame. And like I said, it's wide. It doesn't seem like it would move at all, so if I'm doing anything and jostling it, it won't hit. And you can see how far down the tires come back down to about 2.5 inches. And this could be helpful to do your brakes, just like the other ones. I mean, they're helpful, but this seems sturdier, at least visually. I don't want to push on the tire here because I'll get tire grease shine all over my hand, but if I were to be pushing on this, or maybe I'll do it from the wheel, it's not going to move. So yeah, that's my review on it so far, is that it looks pretty sturdy. It's able to be used on the most lowest level. Obviously I can go higher, but I didn't want to lift from the front too high. I might get 4 of them, so if I do tire rotations, I can loosen all the wheels, keep them up, and then come around and swap all the tires around. I mean, this one seems pretty sturdy and safe to do that. With the smaller ones, sometimes I do kind of worry they get out of alignment as the car's settling back down front to back, and these are pretty wide and pretty big that they won't move. But even then, I centered it, and you can see as it's let down, it kind of goes to the front. So that's what I'm talking about, the shifting of it as it's settling back down. So I'm pretty happy with this purchase. They were expensive. These were $79 with a 25% off coupon for the holidays. And then the other ones I think are $49 with some coupons. So they're quite a bit more expensive, but I think the durability of this, I'm not going to have to worry about it. The welds on the inside, they seem pretty nice. I was a little bit concerned about the paint on one of the sides. Looked like it was a weld problem, but when I looked on the inside of it, it looked like it penetrated through. These welds seem to look okay as well. There doesn't seem to be much of a problem. There are a few pinholes, but overall the welds, they're not just like tacked in, they're all the way around. And I guess without the powder coating on, I could probably take a better look at what the kind of weld looks like, but with the powder coating on, it might fill most of these pinholes. But overall, I don't think that this is going to exceed its weight with the MDX, and it should be fine compared to the smaller one. So I'm pretty happy about this.